How's it going, Pepe family? Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be analyzing Pepe. So let's waste no more time and take a look at what's really happening with Pepe and, of course, what we could be expecting going further, obviously, into the month of May. Looking across the board right now, we are seeing quite a bit of green across the board. Pepe up 1.7%, which, of course, is nice to see. If you're looking at the price, 1326, still 4 zeros in front of the price. We're down about 2.4% in ETH comparative because ETH is actually outpacing the likes of Pepe, but the valuation is at around 5.6 billion if you were to round it up, and the 24-hour trading volume still, significantly high at about 1.4 billion. That is something that people overlook, but not on this channel. This is something that we will point out day in, day out. But let's take a closer look. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look at the holder count. You guys can really see this for yourself at the beginning of May. Not even at the beginning of May, just May 6th, you can see, we were sitting at 429,448 holders. And right now we're sitting at almost 436,000. So 436,000 holders. So that is a big jump in just a short span of time. This really tells you accumulation is happening. People are adding Pepe into their portfolios. And, the on-chain numbers, are something that people will just completely neglect. But this is something, when you're analyzing the trend, it's so important to look at the on-chain numbers, and here we have it right in front of us. So that is amazing to see, of course. But let's take a look at, the broader meme coin market. The broader meme coin market is actually down 2.8% over the course of the last 24 hours. Dominance is picking up, at a very fast pace. Bitcoin is on the verge of breaking towards a new all-time high. So of course, you are seeing more money flowing into BTC once again. And believe it or not, I know a lot of people are going to be surprised at this, but a lot of money that was made in meme coins, when the dominance went down to 61.2%, guess what? That money actually is flowing into Bitcoin right now. Not all of it, but some of it is going back into BTC. Because if you're looking at the dominance, the way it's climbing up right now, that pretty much tells you what's going on. But looking at the broader meme coin market, the meme coin market is reacting in a positive way still, to the Bitcoin move, but nothing too crazy in terms of explosive moves. But Pepe still holding at the top third spot. Look at the 24-hour trading volume, something that people always forget, but not on this channel. And I think we're going to get closer and closer to that flipping. I can't wait for that. And I think, that is much nearer than what people think, because people are overlooking a $1.4 billion in terms of 24-hour trading volume for Pepe, while Shiba Inu, that has the second spot, is only sitting at 200 million. And it's not that, this is just happening this week or last month. This has been the case for the last, I would say, 12 plus months. So that is very interesting to see. So that is great, of course. But let's take a look at, what's happening with the price. So obviously, just going to quickly highlight what's happening with the dominance. You guys can see, we're currently sitting at 63.8%, but a few hours ago, we were sitting at 64.12%. But, BTC is currently sitting at $105,500. Obviously, the previous resistance has turned into support because we did break out of here. We did go up to $107,000 for the first time since January 31st. Amazing stuff, of course. That is, that is that. So BTC is looking great. Obviously, Bitcoin picking up this much steam, is not a major surprise to us when it comes to the dominance index. But let's take a look at, what's happening with Pepe. So I really want to kind of go over Pepe and take a look at it from the April 5th level and see where it's at after a retracement. Even after a retracement, it's up 135%, which again is amazing to see. We did go up to a 1525 zone. I talked to you guys about that range. We still have yet to break out of that major key resistance. Obviously, there's significant amount of resistance around that range, but the most important level to be watching out for is that at 1698. That is such an important level because, this was our all-time high back on last year, back in May. So literally a year ago. And we are about a 30% 100% move for us to retest that once again. We did come up to the 1534, which was amazing to see, but obviously we do have some resistance around that level as well, which we kind of got stopped out. But if you're looking at it, a very nice healthy correction after having a 135% increase. We're only down about 13.57%, which is very, very healthy. And what's also crazy to think about is, the previous resistance, from July of last year, and we obviously saw this level play as a support for us back at the beginning of the year, and also now it's playing as a level of support for us right now. So we're holding at this level very nicely, as to be expected, of course. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. If you take a look at it on a hourly time frame, you're kind of going to notice sideways momentum really taking place. Nice sideways consolidation happening for Pepe here, which again is nice to see, and we're being supported by the support that I've really highlighted to you guys. But very, very important to break out of that key resistance. But right now, our dominance index is going up quite high, so that is something that we don't really want to be neglecting or overlooking. But so far so good. Like what I'm seeing here, we're going to take it one step at a time. Thank you for all your support in the Pepe community. I love each and every one of you guys. Continue supporting, and you will see a continuation of these updates. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.